You are watching Access LaPorte County Channel 97. Coming up next is the January 11th meeting of the Michigan City Police Civil Service Commission. You can find more information for this meeting at www.accesslaportecounty.org.
We'll start the meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. For the record, Chief Corley was off beat on that one. Under old business, I think we still have an outstanding invoice to pay for the promotional testing, our last promotional testing in November. So we need to get that to the clerk's office for payment. Do we have any other outstanding invoices that you know of?
No, and if we print that off today, I can drop that off on my way to work at the clerk's office, so we'll have that done today.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good. I don't believe we have any applicants in process of anything right now. I know we have some probationary officer reports, so we'll get those from Corporal Costigan.
The probationary officer reports, we got Officer Jeremy Berker, Officer Danielle Brown, and Officer Josh Callahan that all completed their first year, probationary year. They all were up in December. Probationary Officer Anthony Brown, Probationary Officer Jackson Wadman, and Probationary Officer Noah Smith have all successfully completed the FTO program and are now all patrolling on their own. And then as far as Probationary Officer Stuart Brown resigned in late December due to personal issues. And then the last 7 that we have, Probationary Officers Ashley Boots, Brandon Costigan, Catherine Dobrowski, Trevor Linover, Donnell Sales, Anthony Santoro, and Taylor Tillman have all completed phase 2 of the FTO program, and as of January 9th are all now at the Police Academy in Nylea. And then our lateral transfer probation officer Charles Davis was tested out yesterday and is now patrolling on his own. So he completed his FTO, and Corporal Bass had nothing but good things to say about him, and he's on his own.
You say Justin Thomas too, on probation, off probation.
And Officer Thomas is off probation as well.
I think for the lateral transfer, we need to wait 3 months before you guys will review whether or not you want to have him taken off of probation. Okay. You got anything, Chief?
Yeah, again, obviously want to congratulate Officer Danielle Brown, Officer Jeremy Berker, Officer Josh Callahan, Officer Justin Thomas on completing their probationary status, and now to the rank of patrolman. Again, a few things. Obviously, we're going through an applicant process right now. We will be hosting testing on January 21st. We'll clear up any miscommunication on that here shortly, but again, if you have an application in with us at the Michigan City Police Department, please arrive at, I believe, 8 a.m. Some correspondence went out yesterday evening in regards to that. So again, testing process or written application, physical agility, hopefully some oral interviews will get done and some background investigations will get started that evening. Again, on January 21st at 8 a.m. Show up then. Obviously, I wanted to obviously congratulate and thank the commission for the lateral hire in Charles Davis. When we look at how efficient that process can be, and how effective it is to get him manpower on the street, effective manpower on the street. He was hired on the 12th of December, 2022, and basically less than a month. On January 11th will be his first day of solo patrol. So it's obviously beneficial to the men and women of this department and to the community to expedite that process. So again, thank you guys for getting that kind of in place and working on some of those kinks there. But again, we continually want to look at ways to make that lateral transfer more enticing to seasoned officers. So again, congratulations to Charles Davis on that. Wanted to recognize a couple shifts. We had burglary, an incident that happened out at the Lighthouse Mall during shift 3. The officers responded quickly and effective. There was 3 arrests in regards to that immediately after the fact. So kudos to them, props to those officers working hard, effecting those arrests, and recently had a robbery as well on shift 2. And again, effected an immediate arrest in regards to that matter as well. So again, thank you to those officers working hard and putting their lives on the line to affect these arrests to some of these problematic incidences. Again, kind of some conversation that we've had with the commission. We currently are short officers. I would obviously maybe encourage, hopefully we can work together and get to full staff. I mean, that's obviously a goal of mine. I think it's in sight. Obviously, we're starting early this year. Is already doing a testing date here in January. I would hopefully that we can schedule some more dates, right? And I would say, until we are up to full staff, just have that continual process throughout the year. I can't foresee us doing twice a year, right? That's not I don't think gonna get us to full staff. But, once we're at full staff, I think we can do that. But until we're there, I would like to see, or hopefully we can work out the details to where we're doing it, whether it's, every 6 to 8 weeks or, every 2 months or something, just so we can, expedite that. We're working on getting our name and working on some advertisement and some recruiting measures, trying to match, obviously, some of the competition, right? The other agencies surrounding us that are actively recruiting and essentially going after the same prospective employees that we are. So, I'll do whatever I can in my power or in our power to assist the commission, in advertising, recruiting, whatever we need to do. I know we've generated a recruiting and retainment team, and we've already reached out to several universities on hitting the job fairs and getting some of those things lined up here. I think some of those are more in the spring, I think, as the semesters are wrapping up. So we're looking at getting into some of those. But we're also, doing some fact finding too to see what other departments are offering as well. So we're trying to, working with the city council and the FOP to get our wages and stuff on board with surrounding agencies. So again, whatever we can do to assist the commission in that, to help expedite that, because I know we've been talking about it for years now. We've been doing more with less, so we could definitely use a full complement of officers here, and then some. So
Well, I think we can wait to see how we're going to do with this round of testing, because we have probably double the applicants that you have open positions. So, if we can fill all the open positions, out of this testing, then there will be no need in 6 weeks to have another test at this point in time. Unless you foresee somebody else leaving or something like that, or there's going to be another opening. It's nice to build a list, but if you build too big of a list, then the people on the list eventually go somewhere else, as you know. And since every department's hiring in this area, our list would be gone as soon as they're told that, they're third down on the list, and it could be, a year. They're not going to quit their pursuit of this career. So I think after we'll have a pretty good handle on what we need to do after this round of testing.
Yeah, that's Yeah, I think we had several applications in there, so.
Yeah, I think there's 25, 22, or 2 of those I think would be considered a lateral,
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken. So we can give you those right away to start the background, like we discussed before, since they don't need to go through this portion of the testing.
Yeah, again, whatever we can do to help, we'll work it out, we'll figure it out, but, Michigan City Police is accepting applications. Please feel free to reach out to myself, Chief Boyd, Chief Cooney, or any officer that you see on the street. We'll be more than happy to get you the application needed, so that's all I have.
Chief Corley?
As Corporal Costin was talking, I would just like to congratulate we have a new FTO coordinator, Corporal Aaron Bass, and then we have a new list of FTOs. So Shift 1, Officer Brock Moore, Officer Zana Chavez, Officer Todd Bliskin, Officer Cody Wasilewski. Shift 2, Officer Garrett McDaniel, Officer Renee Lozano, Officer Daniel Vore, and Officer Nicholas Charro. And Shift 3 is Officer Deshaun Harris, Officer Christopher Mans, and Officer Steve Weagle. So congratulations to them becoming, some of them are FTOs, some are new FTOs, but we have a pretty good group of FTOs prepared to receive our probationary officers when they come back from the academy, and any probationary officers that we get this year. So I think we have a pretty good group there. And also Corporal Bass has started off on fire. He has a lot of new ideas and just full of energy and ready to help bring the FTO program to the next level. Utility.
Obviously, we'll thank Captain Kevin Urbancic.
Yeah.
He's been the FTO coordinator for the last several years and has done an outstanding job. Just kind of, he does anything and everything for us. So again, we obviously want to thank him for everything he does. It's just one little piece we can kind of take off of his plate and get to Corporal Aaron Bass, who's on the shift, and we'll have that interaction with those probationary officers. So. And thank you, Captain Urbancic, for your service.
Utility Incorporated, our new in-car cameras and body cameras. We had a site survey with, I guess, really their tech guy, him and our IT guy, personnel, and then some of us got together with him and got some preliminary things set. So when we go live, we can have some kinks worked out or have some things in place so that the process goes smooth. So we will be starting to retrofit in order to vest carriers because of the way the cameras are set up, that they are actually inside the vest and not clamped to the vest. So they're part of their, one of the things that they offer is that the camera won't ever be knocked off, and then part of their packaging allows for the camera to be close to you so it can tell some of the time if you're elevated or sort of thing. So we'll start retrofitting that. We've talked to Star and we have a process going. So end of this month, we'll start getting those retrofitted. And then we're looking for a live date of right around February 28th as of now. Utility will come here and they will probably pump out anywhere from, we'll start off the first day, maybe about 5 cars, and after that, about 8 cars a day. I'll fit them with the in-car cameras. At the same time, our people will get trained on the cameras and the in-car cameras too. So got that process going. Flock, so update on that. They have pretty much done all their site surveys and the plots all out, and they will start installing the 28th of this month. So those cameras will be installed in various areas starting that day. So hopefully by the end of February we have all those cameras installed too. The new vehicles, as you all know, we have some 2021 Dodge Chargers and Durangos that we actually ordered and got in early last year. Due to the demands of waiting for the equipment and then the demands of getting in to get it installed, we finally have all 8 of those vehicles on the road and officers are driving them. We are now working on our 2022s, our Durangos. I think we have again, it's going to be a little wait, but I think we have a plan that allows them to get on the road quicker. hopefully by the end of this month, we will probably have anywhere from 4 to 6 of those out, and we have a total of 11 of those got fitted, and then I'm in the process of getting the 2023s ordered. We have we'll have almost 30 new vehicles on the road here in the next couple of months for our officers. So we're contributing that list to our officers, letting them know what's coming in for their vehicles. Social worker, the job description was approved by the Board of Works, probably next week it'll be posted for applicants, and then hopefully by the end of this month or early February, we should have a social worker hired for the police department. So,
Full-time.
full-time, yes. If anybody knows any applicants, the biggest requirement is that they are LCSW, so they have to have not only their master's but their license too. I think that's it.
Good morning, everyone. Regarding, the division of services, we did make some transitions with the promotions from last month. With Lieutenant King making lieutenant, we did make a decision to move him to the midnight commander position. That allowed us to put Lieutenant Westfall as the commander of the Division of Professional Standards. Want to thank you personally. Lieutenant King did a fantastic job of training over the last several years, but really in the last 6 months, he's had to take on a lot of different jobs and opportunities to get things done for us, for the department. He's already doing a great job on midnights as well. They've stayed busy and are very productive. He has a good set of goals for the shift, and he's going to do a great job with that. In that, Corporal Koskian is taking over his position as training coordinator. It's going to be a great spot for him as well. We've already set up our in-service schedule and training, some other upcoming training in the process as well. So we're moving along with that. The month of December, the department had 2,877 calls for service. That is actually down just under 1,400 from 2021, which is great. There were 382 case reports completed, 165 arrests. Of those, 13 were juveniles and 152 were adults. Very productive. Also, with those case reports and arrests, there were 24 firearms seized in the month of December. So we're continuing that drive to take guns out of the people, possession that should not have them. So that's a continued effort. With that, Street Hawk has been working diligently. They will be out quite a bit here in the month of January, continuing their efforts on an overtime basis. Other topics, animal control. They recently hired a third animal control officer, Officer Fletcher. She is off probation here next week. So we now have a director, which is Director Mueller, Chad Dunham, and then Nicole Fletcher, our animal control officers. They work a lot. They put in a lot of overtime. They have to care for a lot of animals that are in court cases currently. Our kennel is full. With that, two things. Any donations that could be provided to the animal control will be appreciated. They do accept dog food and treats for the kennel. And then we are expanding the kennel as well. I know I referenced this in the last meeting. I'm meeting this afternoon, with an engineer to set up plans on how to expand the kennel properly, to use the ARPA funds that were given by the city. So hopefully we can expand the kennel to, right now they can hold comfortably about 6 canines, and we're hoping to expand that up to possibly 16 to 20. We are looking to expand our canine division as well. We're hoping to add 2 more canine dogs. We currently have 2. We'd like to be at 4 by the end of the year. So any donations for that can be provided as well. That would be directed directly to Records Division. Can set that money aside for the canine division if you would like to. We really appreciate that. Lastly, Captain Urbancic, again, in his free time, was able to get a grant that we're working on to hopefully provide a drone to be used for our, not only detective bureau, but also our traffic division. The drone can be used for search. It has like an infrared. It can be used for crime scene investigation as well as traffic reconstruction. And there's a bunch of other features as well. So that's an asset that we hopefully will have. And then there's discussion on adding additional smaller drones to the patrol division that we could use if we do get in a foot pursuit or a missing person or child or something that we can use to assist with that. Their avenues we're working on. But as of right now, I just want to again thank everybody for all the hard work they've been doing. They're taking on a lot of responsibility outside their normal scope of their job. We are highly appreciative of the work the men and women have been doing on the department.
So Lieutenant Westfall's not here today, so we don't have that.
Lieutenant Westfall unfortunately had a death in the family this week, and he's off for a few days.
We're also minus our attorney because of January 1st of this year. Mr. Watterson had been appointed Chief Deputy Prosecutor for LaPorte County, so he's in that role now and no longer able to fulfill his duties, so he stepped down. So we are in the process of searching for an attorney. I think we have one in mind. I'm going to contact Mrs. LePage as soon as we get done with the meeting and see how we go about appointing, because we've never had to do this as a commission, so I'm not sure I'll need her guidance. We'll need her guidance with that. I'd like to recognize Chaplain Harvey for attending the meeting. He just is here probably just to get some information, and I'm happy to hear that there's going to be a social worker around here now full time, that I'm sure that it's going to work hand in hand with the chaplains, because obviously somebody stepping in a new position doesn't know all the resources available to them, and so I'm sure you guys will be a great help with that, and I appreciate it. Again, I congratulate the men and women in the department and this administration for doing the day-to-day job that they do. They do it fantastic, and it's tough. So as far as the hiring goes, Chief, I know you expounded on that a lot. That's the main goal of this commission. That's one of the main reasons this commission exists, as you know, is hiring. So yes, we'll work together closely on that, and I'm hoping we have a good testing this time around, and hopefully we can get quite a few filled with this round of hiring. We'll see where we go from there. And I certainly appreciate you guys making contact with the city and getting some funds approved for a marketing for the department. That marketing has all changed throughout the years, obviously, and the platforms that you market from now isn't just putting an ad in a newspaper, you know. It's a larger reach, so hopefully they can get us some more applications and people ready. We do have, like I said, 2 I think that would be considered lateral transfers, so we'll get those to you immediately so you guys can start the background investigations on those. I don't think I really have anything else to say, Bruce.
No, surprisingly, nothing to say today.
Leila?
And yes, actually, I am ecstatic about the social worker. I really am. I'm surprised that we did not have one within the department already. So, especially with the hard work that y'all do and the long hours y'all do, y'all most definitely need that support system.
I'll take a moment to applaud Chief Corley. He's been working on this for quite a while, to finally see it. I think it's through its fruition here. And thank you for that. You know, I think it's going to be, like you said, great for the department and also great for the community. Just have that connecting, that resource that can help connect some dots for some members of our community.
So I think to close the meeting, if you don't mind, Chaplain Harvey, we could maybe have a prayer?
We'll do that.
Okay.
Father God, I just thank you for these people here who are serving you by serving us. We ask that your blessing and your protection and that your strength keeps moving forward through our officers, the other folks who are a part of this process. And just ask for your blessings and trust you to see that happen in Jesus' name. Amen.
Thank you. So with that, we'll go ahead and
No.
adjourn the meeting. Our next regularly scheduled meeting will be February 8th, same time, 11 a.m. here at the community room. That's not a conflict with any schedule. Okay. All right. See you guys on Wednesday or on February.
Thank you.